Welcome to PM Movie Recaps. Today's pick is a horror and thriller of 2015, Green Room. If you're ready, let's enjoy the video. Four friends Pat, Sam, Reese and Tiger wake up in their van. They're part of the punk rock band, The Ain't Rights. They slept all night with the engine on. Pat and Sam ride a bike to a nearby parking lot and siphon some gas to get them back on the road. The band meets up with a guy named Tad for an interview in his apartment for his radio program. He asks the band what their desert island band would be. Reese, Sam and Tiger think of theirs, but Pat can't. After the interview the band plays a gig, but their pay is barely decent split between the four of them. Tad tells the band that he got them to do a gig in a spot where his cousin works and that the pay is better. The band arrives at the venue, which happens to be a skinhead bar. They meet Tad's cousin Daniel. The managers misspelled the band's name as the Ain't Rights. They go up to play a cover of Nazi Punk's Fuck Off, which doesn't go well with the crowd. They then play a different song which doesn't get a much better reception. After the show the band gets their money and are about to head out. Sam forgot her phone in the green room and Pat goes to get it. He stumbles upon Amber and the members of Cowcatchers standing over the body of Emily, who's been stabbed to death by Worm. Pat calls the police as he flees, but is caught, and bar employees Gabe and Big Justin capture the rest of the band and confine them in the green room with Amber. Gabe pays one young skinhead to stab another to create a cover story for the police who respond to Pat's call. He consults with the bar's owner, skinhead leader Darcy, who decides all witnesses need to be eliminated. He arranges for Cowcatcher to be gifted poisoned heroin, while more skinheads assemble at the bar, waiting until nightfall to kill the band and Amber. The band overpowers Big Justin and holds him hostage, taking his pistol and a box cutter from his pocket. Darcy stands outside the green room to calmly discuss with the band on how to handle the situation. They agree to hand over the gun but keep the bullets. Pat still remains suspicious as Darcy says the cops have come and gone. Pat gets ready to hand Darcy the gun outside the room, as Darcy claims there is nobody else with him. This proves to be a lie when Amber sees another pair of feet through the vents. Before she can warn him, Reese tries to attack Darcy with a rod, while Pat's arm gets slammed and cut up horribly. Reese pins Justin back down and snaps his arm, then places him in a chokehold until he passes out. Amber finishes him off by cutting him open with a box cutter. The band tears up the floorboards and discovers a drug lab under the bar, but the only exit is locked from the outside. Arming themselves with improvised weapons, they attempt to fight their way out. Neo-Nazi Clark unleashes a fighting dog which kills Tiger. Amber and Pat drive the dog away with microphone feedback. Reese escapes through a window, only to be stabbed to death by Alan. Pat, Amber and Sam retreat to the green room. Daniel arrives and Darcy sends him in to kill the remaining survivors, claiming they murdered Emily, his girlfriend. However, he instead talks to them, and Amber explains that Worm murdered Emily after discovering she and Daniel were planning to leave the skinhead life. Daniel agrees to help them escape, but as they venture back out into the bar, he is shot dead by the bartender. Pat kills the bartender and the group takes his shotgun, only to find themselves confronted by the full skinhead force. Sam mortally wounds Clark's dog with the shotgun before it kills her, and Amber is shot as she and Pat once again retreat to the green room. With the sun rising soon, Darcy has most of the skinheads disperse, taking Clark and Alan with him to stage the band's deaths to make it look as if they were killed while trespassing on his property. Gabe prepares to clean up the bar, while Jonathan and Kyle are dispatched with the dog to finish off Pat and Amber, who formulate a plan for a last stand. They again use microphone feedback to scare off the dog before Pat lures Jonathan into the drug lab. As Kyle stands watch in the green room, Amber emerges from under the cushions of the couch and ambushes him, cutting his throat with the box cutter. Pat and Jonathan fight, and Amber sneaks up and shoots Jonathan in the head. Gabe enters the green room to find his companions dead and surrenders to Pat and Amber. Holding Gabe at gunpoint, they trek through the woods. As they near Darcy's house, Pat and Amber decide to go after him, while Gabe goes to a nearby farm to call the authorities. Pat and Amber kill Clark and Alan before confronting Darcy. Fleeing Darcy pulls a revolver but is shot dead. Their ammunition and energy spent, Pat and Amber sit on the side of the road, waiting for the police. They spot the pit bull who walks calmly and lays by his owner. The dog got shot earlier and was given a sedative to allow him a little more time to live. Pat then tells Amber he figured out his desert island band. Amber says to tell someone who gives a shit. Thank you for watching, but before leaving please make sure that you click subscribe and turn on the notification so that you can enjoy watching more videos like this.